Thank you so much for continuing to stay with the National Television Network, NTN, Government Information Service, GIS. We're back here in studio, coming from a very marathon session earlier on at just about 12:35 this afternoon. We're back with the Ambassador, St. Lucia's Ambassador for Diaspora Affairs. She is Her Excellency, Dr. Jocelyne Clarke-Fletcher, and we'll be speaking to her about what's happening to St. Lucia nationals who are resident overseas. Dr. Fletcher, thank you so much for coming to our studios. I know it is quite a busy time for St. Lucians the world over, and we're looking at specifically how St. Lucia is responding to this global pandemic, COVID-19. Your office has been dealing with our St. Lucians overseas. What are you hearing from them?
Since this happened, especially as it has increased in New York or the US and in Canada and the UK. The number of calls I have received, very little calls from the region, but a lot from the USA, from Canada and the UK, where they want to come home. But by the time they're deciding to come home, restrictions were being put on their own, on the countries where they reside, saying that they can't, well, if they want to go, but if you come here, you would be quarantined. Because it is so bad in Canada, it is so bad in the US, it's so bad in England. If you, I said, no, St. Lucia will not tell you can't come home, you're a national. But you also have citizenship in the country where you are. They can look after you too. But if you want to come to St. Lucia now, just know that when you reach our borders, you will go into quarantine because of where you're coming from. If you don't have it, and your country is on lockdown, UK is on lockdown, the US is on lockdown, Canada is on lockdown, as they've been telling me, talking to me. And the good thing about the diaspora, since this office started, they all have my government phone, my mobile, so they all can call me WhatsApp. And oh my goodness, it could be any hour of the night. And again, my job, you work round the clock, day and night. So when they call and they say this, I am able to comfort them and say, look, don't panic. You don't have it. Your country is locked down, you're at home. Look for things to do. Do an online course. Read a book. Spend time with your family. You find other ways to reach out to people. This is a wonderful time that you can take. Out of a bad thing, a good thing can come out. And there are a lot of bad things that's going to come out of this. But there are good things that can come out. So do those things. I'm available to talk to you. I'm no counselor, but I will try to comfort you because you're concerned about your family in St. Lucia. And those in St. Lucia that they're concerned about, we are letting them know, we send them all the information, all the advisories that come out from the government, from the medical professionals. We send it to them so that they know what's happening in St. Lucia, so they don't worry about their loved ones. And we say, stay in your country, listen to what the government and the medical people are saying out in your country, follow the advisories that's happening up there, practice social distancing, stay away. Stay indoors and protect yourself because this is so widespread in your country already. And not because you know it is just two in St. Lucia and the two are outsiders. Don't say you want to come to St. Lucia because we are not going to let you just come inside like that. We want it to remain at 2 and no more. So you will go. Do you want to go into quarantine? No, you want to get your families home. We can't allow that. So I think you should stay in where you are and be safe. But they call. But the bigger problem I have, Lisa, is the St. Lucians that came from overseas and came here on holidays, and they're staying at hotels and guest houses, and they're stuck. They're stuck.
Right, because now we have the flights, whether imposed internationally, locally as well, that no flying is happening at the time.
Monday and Tuesday, they flooded my office to come and see me. And asking what to do because some of them in the hotels where they are was closing down. Now, they have 2 and 3 week holidays and they're staying at hotels. I have a particular family to the point where now I'm saying if I can't find places, I may have to open my own house to them because the hotels where they are cannot keep open for just a few people to look after them. You understand? So I've called one family I was able to get to go into a guest house, and the B&B took them, and so I'm calling others and saying, well, these families have to leave the hotels. Can they stay with you? Because they don't have it. They would just stay on holidays and they would stay in those big hotels. So they've been very, very supportive and very encouraging in that. I know another family was able to go to their distant family, relatives were able to take them in. So we have all that happening right now on the ground, and it's my job to see how well I can calm them down and comfort them, because those that are here, they don't want to go. They're not going to leave St. Lucia now and go to the UK. Oh no, it's two here and so many over there. But their problem is, if that hotel closed down, what am I going to do? Where am I going to stay? So this is what I had to deal with, and this is what I'm taking care of right now.
Okay. Primus?
Merci autant, Lisa. Merci autant, comme messieurs, mesdames, nous vivons face au public NTN à ce programme nous, cadre de ces situations COVID-19. Et nous tenons bon matin encore le Premier ministre là, et la Chambre de commerce, et les gens qui ont fait industrie touriste, l'autre affaire, c'était une bonne affaire. Chaque information sortie, pour ça continue de garder NTN, et nous avons 1200 coyoles tout à l'heure. Mais nous avons bon petit gens là, Dr. Fletcher, qui est à cause de Dr. Fletcher, qui a représenté toute cette liste qui a resté l'autre pays, et c'est responsabilité pour ça, qui tout le bagage marche bien pour eux. Mais situation à présent, comme étant go pèse à la responsabilité. Donc, Fletcher, dis-nous en créole qui mène la situation hier pour après ça. C'est pas l'autre pays, on a cette lycée ici aussi qui descend à sous vacances. Il y aura dans la situation. Comment on peut manager ça?
Moi, je dis c'est cette lycée qui l'Angleterre, l'Amérique, au Canada, et qui a couillé. Moi, c'est l'année cette lycée pays caribéen qui a couillé moi, mais c'est une famille qui était à Babad et qui a vécu Babad et que les vécu Babad c'est les bas et la vini de Babad ça qui l'Angleterre l'Amérique Canada moi qu'a dit yo restez koyo hier puis si vous venez ici yo kay ni pour aller en quarantine puis ba tellement mauvais koyo hier mais koyo kayo et pays koyo hier a fermé et qui yo kay Weste là, écoutez ça, c'est mon cadio, c'est bon, c'est docteur cadio. Lavez le maillot, use you cook service sanitizer, Weste, bon distance, bon moon. Weste puis for mon. I apprends un bagay. Vous savez, li. Fait bon temps au parti ça, jamais fait puis for mon actuellement. Je suis madame content. Ça fait puis ma yo kaila et puis yo vous savez là maman qui content
là tu blague ça couper pas yo dit gouvernement kay fermer toute kabawe so toute madame kay de quoi yo après ça
temadou le ba ça fini kay tan
so on parle ça ça situation sérieux et moi ça la vote ça dit chez responsabilité à les deux là comme ambassade pour mais situation qui est-ce que l'autre pays qui citoyen l'autre pays quand situation est là après ça si yo voulez venir yo pas mais yo décider yo voulez venir cette ici rester yo pas voulez rester à les autres pays encore est-ce que ça va qui ça ménager quel conseil vous gagnez pour monde comme ça parce que situation pas différent ça nous peut être plus pas très mauvais que l'Amérique mais nous ni pour prendre en considération ça aussi so quel conseil vous gagnez si vous dit vous pas voulez rester l'Angleterre mais pas voulez rester l'Amérique encore Canada c'est cette ici vous voulez venir rester
yo ça venir mais ça gouvernement avec c'est mon médical en place c'est ça yo kay fait puis yo
ouais d'accord
c'est ça yo kay ni pour faire puis yo moi pas ni pièce qualité power que yo a sous ça yo kay ni pour faire c'est ça moi ka dit yo ça qui kay ni pour faire mais ça office moi ka fait c'est pour demander cette lycée qui l'autre pays vous savez c'est ici qui a mettre chay en place pour yo venir ici vivre pour yo buy pour yo invest pour yo trade. So, other normal term normal, nous avons dit, il fait ça. Mais tant que ça, si vous dites c'est cette si vous voulez venir, venez. Mais ça, vous avez pour aller à quarantine.
Okay. So, I think we need to take a break, but
yes. We'll take a quick break. We come back with the conversation with Dr. Jocelyne Clarke-Fletcher, Her Excellency, the Ambassador for Diaspora Affairs. We'll be back in a moment.
Wash your hands. Wash them before
eating or handling food or caring for infants, sick or elderly people.
Wash your hands. Wash them after
Using the toilet, touching raw meat, handling pets and livestock, playing outdoors, cleaning or handling waste and garbage.
Wash your hands. Wash them often.
You are going right when you make a habit of washing your hands several times a day.
This message brought to you courtesy the Bureau of Health Education of the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Tuned in, we're here with Her Excellency Dr. Jocelyne Clarke-Fletcher, who is St. Lucia's Ambassador for Diaspora Affairs. Dr. Fletcher, at this time, I know that there are St. Lucians who are concerned about where they are based overseas, but of course, they'll be concerned for the homeland. At this time, are you getting any sort of inquiries as to how perhaps some of the associations can assist the island? We know that people will probably concerned whether people have enough masks, or gloves, or hand sanitizer, things. So are we hearing any sort of rallying that's happening in the diaspora? Maybe St. Lucians wanting to give back how they can?
They can't at this time, unfortunately, because there's lockdown. So they cannot go out there and get stuff to send home. At the aftermath, because one thing about our diaspora, and I almost said because I have taken so much ownership of them, because I do really care about the people that I look after. What about them is that if anytime there's a crisis in St. Lucia, they have always rallied and come through, whether it's the UK, they all come with so much. That's why the Union of St. Lucia Overseas Association had this thing with SSDF, so that they have this thing, so that when our people want to send things home, all they have to do is come through our office, we send it to SSDF, let USLO knows, and it comes and they take care of it. SSDF take care of it. All the headache come from them. But now, I know they're frustrated because they can't help now. All I can do is send all the videos, all the advisories, every letter, notice, everything I see. My office puts it on our Diaspora Affairs webpage, Facebook page, and we send them the emails as well, and we have a thing arranged with GITS that we send a blast to all of them, and some of them I speak to them personally, letting them know, don't worry right now, just we are more concerned about you staying safe. And when all of this is over, which I personally inside of me believe, and this is just my personal thing, I'm no medical, I'm no expert, and maybe I think I'm a spiritual expert because I love my God a lot. I believe that this, as suddenly as it comes, it's going to be over, and therefore that's why we are planning this homecoming for 2021, February Independence 2021. And I'm saying, focus on that. We'll all be together. Soon this will be over and we'll all be recovering. We can all partner again, join hands. But right now, no government, no medical person can take care of you. You alone have to make that decision that I'm going to sanitize, I'm going to wash my hands, I'm going to practice social distancing, I'm going to stay at my home, I'm not going to go into no mass crowd like I'm crazy and get out on the streets and run into the supermarkets. We just calm, stay away, and let this storm weather itself out, because it will go. Ebola and all the others went, it will go too. What damage it can cause. You know how many hurricanes hit this country already? Hit St. Lucia? Many. But each one of them have a different level of damage, and the country suffers economically from it. But we all always, invariably, no matter if it's a trough, if it's a hurricane, whatever hits, we recover. So right now, we know it's coming, we put things in place, we have things in place. We need to listen, practice, stay away, because no matter what we say about the government, if we don't take responsibility for ourselves and our own protection, we're going to lose out. So we just need to do that. And that's what I'm saying to my people. I call them, I talk to them, I listen to their calls, I take their calls all night. In fact, I think I work more in the night than I do during the day, because then they will call me more in the night when it's easier for them. and I try to comfort them and tell them to listen, to hear what's going on. I mean, I have spent hours, literally hours from Monday on the telephone with the diaspora, and I think they're all coming to understand. I see what they write, the letters they've been sending to me, their Facebook messages to me, and I'm really encouraged by you. I thank you very, very much, because I know you're all looking on, because we told you all to look on, and I'm really grateful for what they're doing.
Has your office received any reports on St. Lucians who may have contracted COVID overseas? And if you can disclose to us which country that individual is in.
I heard from a family in New York that someone, a young man, unfortunately a St. Lucian, passed. No details, no names, no nothing. And I now have someone following up on that for me. I have not said anything to the consulate or anywhere until I can get confirmed details on that. Yes. But I have my diaspora, and remember, 90% of my family is in the American diaspora, most of them in New York. So I too have them find out. One thing we are suffering right now, as an advent of all of this, is what I call information pandemic. Too much misinformation is going out there, and so unless I can categorically know that this is confirmed, but this is what is alleged by a family, the person alleges to be a family member of that person that supposedly died from it. And I'm saying I'm waiting to hear, because New York is full of St. Lucians. We have St. Lucians. I mean, when I'm in New York, I think that I'm in St. Lucia. Something happens in St. Lucia, I hear it in New York before you hear it here. So I need to confirm it for sure, but I do know of one or two, which I know is confirmed that they are sick. But as to the death, that's the only one I've heard, but I've not confirmed it, and I'm waiting for my information. And until I get that information, no, not at all.
So does that add heighten the pressure on your office, or heighten the sensibility and sensitivity for those who are wishing to come home? Does it really give you that sort of irk you a bit, if you will, and it pains you that more can't be done at this time for our St. Lucians in the diaspora?
This is a very difficult time for everybody, for the whole world. And I'm saying to my people, stay where you are. Stay safe, stay indoors. Because the streets of New York is a ghost town. Coming out of there, you're putting yourself at risk. You may touch a surface, and then you touch this inadvertently, or the clothing, or somebody you love one. I have had people telling me, "Oh, doc, weren't you a cancer survivor? Aren't you a diabetic? You in the high risk group?" Well, I am following what they tell me, and I will ensure that I don't get it. You're not going to see me in a whole crowd of people, and as much as I love you, Lisa, I will give you 6 feet between you and I'm not going to hug you until this is all over. I'm not encouraging the diaspora to try to travel or move out. Stay in and find things. What I'm doing is now listening and researching and find out things that people can do while they stay in to avoid. Because let me tell you something, the anxiety, the fear of all this thing, and the economic hit back from this thing, kickback from this thing, is more going to send people crazy, send people off more than the illness itself. Because when this thing is over, people are all bored and they don't get things. You don't tell them what they can do creatively to help themselves. It's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad so I help people that way instead. And I try to find ways and send things to search people who can talk about what you do in a crisis, and economically what can happen when you're going to be financially. That is going to be a big burden.
Because for the diaspora, we know that the remittances and they see it as a sort of treasured duty to be able to take care of their family in St. Lucia, particularly if they have elderly family members here. They do see it as a treasured duty. So that inability, once COVID is over, would, as you indicated, it is going to be a traumatic experience all on its own.
And I have a lot of diaspora who we've tried to put up a database because we've been working with Invest, and we're soon going to be giving it to government with the number of diaspora who have decided to invest, and they just started. Some of them, we have one here, one of those that are trapped here is they own acres of land in ancillary, and we got the lawyers in for them, and they're trying to come and do their business. All of that huge investment has to, they're actually talking about panicking because this is all going to fall. What are we going to do, So this kind of thing, we need to care about people's mental state during this thing. When they shut in, what's going to happen? When people are asking, shut down, close down, this and that, you have to look at the kickback, a good thing, but it also have those bad things. How are we going to mitigate between the two? How are we going to help people in that time? So I'm speaking with my diaspora, that's what I have. And I'm spending all my time researching. I'm talking to them. I'm telling them what they can do while they're in, stay in, send all the advisories to them. And if they shut down and my office is on rotation, I will be so happy because I'll be able to spend all my time in my office with nobody bothering me. And I can spend all the time talking to my diaspora. So that's what I do.
We'll take another break here. We'll come back to continue the conversation with Dr. Jocelyne Clarke-Fletcher.
Personal risk reduction is important. Germs are everywhere, and you can reduce your risk of infection by practicing some basic infection control measures. Taking the stairs, avoid touching the railing. If taking the elevator, ensure you use hand sanitizer immediately after exiting the elevator. Hand sanitizers with 60% or more alcohol are great to use, so have some readily available on your desk for quick use. Have your own personal bottle to carry with you when away from running water and soap. Germs can spread easily and be anywhere. Be sure to wipe down or disinfect desks, telephones, and keyboards. Washing your hands often will reduce the spread of germs, but you must wash them as recommended. Masks and gloves serve a purpose and provide protection when used in the recommended settings and when used correctly. They are not practical for the office or business place and can lead to the further spread of germs when used badly. Use only if you are coughing and or sneezing or taking care of someone who is ill with flu-like symptoms. For more information, call the Ministry of Health and Wellness at 468-5347, 468-5349, or 468-5350.
Monsieur, bienvenue encore à ce programme nous, qu'on nous a adressé maladie COVID-19, ça c'est Corona, et nous ici à face à public depuis bon matin, nous avons ici encore demain si vous voulez, pour discuter, pour avoir information qui va venir. Nous en conversation avec Dr. Jocelyne Fletcher, qui est ambassade pour les affaires diaspora, ça veut dire les citoyens qui sont dans l'autre pays. Dr. Fletcher, ça vous dire à présent c'est relation et puis gouvernement situation ça là moi ça on y a une relation avec gouvernement pour représenter à représentation au travail dans l'autre pays qui venait situation gouvernement en discussion pour adresser ces situations ça quelle qualité arrangement autres pour donner tête à tête à ce ça on peut faire comment on peut adresser ces situations comme ça comment mais ça vous supposez qu'à joindre les premiers ministres avec les autres ministres des Affaires étrangères pour parler regarder si qui ça fait comment ça fait que ça dit nous tirer à ça
tema do baie comme primus gouvernement youth gouvernement mettez tout baie place pour diaspora pour yo vivre ici yo vle venir. Pas pour combat ça à fait mais parler pas comme si vous voulez venir si vous voulez investir cette liste si vous voulez venir trade si vous voulez vivre cette liste si vous voulez venir pour 6 mois ou 2 l'année et vivre gouvernement mettez chez bail place bail puis c'est ça yo te ka demander actuellement là il y a policy qui guide gouvernement pour ça yo ni pour faire bail diaspora là il y a un rôle cette moun sorti en banque sorti qui en banque qui invest en Lucia export en Lucia inland revenue customs côté encore SSDF lands and service avocat pour wager n'importe question diaspora ni bon moi ka toujours ka parler nous ka voir information ba yo pour que tu savent qui ça gouvernement ka fait que ça depuis on y a bagay nous ka assise nous ka fait policy ba yo qui a affecté yo. So yo ni tout ça yo savent mais actuellement ba comme ça qui la aller ça c'est pour dire yo rester ou premier ministre l'a dit rester là kay là ni ça qui là ni monde qui vini hein yo still vini yo pas te couiller moi et que yo still vini yo ka vini dimanche sorti le pays maybe peut-être l'Amérique l'Angleterre yo vini puis des lettres yo dit dès qui là ni tête ba yo paie panique yo vini yo viwe mais yo kay ni pour aller en quarantine puis on ni pour garder ça kay vivre là mon comme moi ça kay vivre moi si yo pas mettre yo en quarantine vous savez puis pays OK si ou pas là ça là j'ai mon comme ça on ni pour mettre yo en quarantine excellent c'est mon là ou ni vous moi nous ni pour faire ça nous yo ka dit nous pour faire pour chaîne quoi nous safe
l'année qu'on dit l'année tout le monde qui trois casser cerveau parce que yo te dit plan yo te a fait arrangement pour établir business ben déjà mettre l'argent dans toute affaire ça là qu'à présent tout ça changé et ça trois casser cerveau en chai en situation comme ça c'est bon ça même qu'il besoin assistance pour bailler conseil pour consoler pour parce que quand on dit ça dommage sauver le monde sérieusement.
Mais pour speak peace when les moun qui ni bagay comme ça yo a commencé bagay en Saint-Lucie là ni yon qui a fait kai bay faire chay kai sous tay pour louer yo commencé ça fait yo l'argent yo l'autre pays hein pas ici mais yo capoter mais kai parler bay c'est commandement invest en Lucia et c'est commandement en banque là et yo kai bon moins puis moi pas qu'ils savent ça pour faire c'est pour ça yo là pour yo bon moi comme advice
oui conseil
pour moi ça pas les bon moi conseil moi qu'ils savent bon ba la manière pour moi dire pour moi bail that's so là yo quand yo moi savent yo tête yo show moi ha dit yo os autres ha savent moi ha montrer les autres depuis les autres vle bagaille donc demander moi ka fait fête so pas worry quoi quitter bail là quitter fait pas et me ka parler bail c'est moun nan et les temps vini tout monde ka changer tout bail gouvernement ka dit ou toujours dire moi ça premier ministre l'a dit c'est Jean banque là association banque là ka fait ou ça Jean hôtel la manufacturing ka fait so moi ça moun ka fait bagay et yo ka ni réponse bail c'est moun ça so me ka dit yo ou ça c'est actuellement pour calm moun donc ou ça dit moun rester douce nous pas vle moun puis moun ka fait ça so on est pour parler ba yo confiance là et c'est ça moi ka fait tous les jours
de moment dans ça faut on est plan pour voyager mais on va rester ici pour un petit moment toujours
moi ka côté qui côté moi ka aller moi ici moi bien safe moi ka aller pièce côté moi même vle quitter kay moi ou ka dit mais moi ni pour venir en office là mais non moi pas ka aller pièce côté moi ka faire ça yo dit moi ni un sac moi ni en motocar moi ni en kay la bon la porte là si moi te ça mettez à sous tête moi na fait tout
we want to say, yes, Prima, it's very facetious, aren't you? We want to say a very big thank you to St. Lucia's Ambassador for the Diaspora Affairs there, Her Excellency, Dr. Jocelyne Clarke-Fletcher, for stopping by and having a word there with us. And I know that, as you say, the work in your office never stops. And of course, any updates that you may have As always, feel free to send it over, collaborate
Yes.
with us. We're always here and very willing to accommodate.
Can I just say to my diaspora,
Yes.
Lisa, I
Of
know
course.
that they are watching around the world because we send out a thing to tell them to look so they can listen. So I want to take every opportunity to comfort them. I know they have been calling me relentlessly, and I'm saying to you, each and every one of you, do not panic. Do what they say. I know you're all closing. Just a while ago, Canada said to me, everywhere is shut down. Stay in. The things I've sent you, the things we've spoken about, find time to do these things and enjoy your family and your time. Watch the television. At least they didn't take the electricity and close the cable. So read, spend time with your family, do a course, call me. I'll call you. It's WhatsApp is free. You know, those of you in the US, same thing. And my siblings, I have a whole lot of siblings and nieces and nephews in the US, and I've said the same thing to them. Stay where it is safe. Trust me, and I believe this, and I have all the faith that come maybe May or June, we will all be together again and celebrating. But for now, we need to stay safe. If we can do this, we'll all be together making plans to come home in February 2021 to enjoy St. Lucia. I'm always there for you. Just call me, and I keep reading your emails. I will send you the updates.
Thank you so much there, Ambassador, and of course people online and our platform agreeing with you there 100%.
Thank you.
And thanks a lot for that. Stay with us. We'll be back and we'll just have a sort of a wrap-up of today. You know, there's lots of information, so we'll try to zero in on some of those key points for you if you had missed the press conference or the update earlier on today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Wash your hands. Wash them right.
With soap and lots of water. Get between fingers. Get under the nails. Go above the wrists. Do this for no less than 15 seconds. Rinse properly. Dry with a clean towel. If there is no water, do the same washing motions with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer containing at least 70% alcohol.
Wash your hands. Wash them right. This message brought to you courtesy the Bureau of Health Education of the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
It's power bike time!
Hey, you need to cover your mouth. Don't you know about the coronavirus?
It's not a joke, it's a serious thing.
True that. What's coronavirus anyway?
The coronavirus is a group of viruses that causes the common cold. In more severe cases, it's like the flu.
Really? So are you saying that this is not a new virus?
No, it isn't new. It's a new strain. That's why some people say novel coronavirus. Yes, look at it like a family who just had a new baby.
I get it now. So how is it spread?
Through the air, like coughing and sneezing, touching objects, surfaces with the virus on it, touching your face, your eyes, your nose, your mouth before washing your hands with running water and soap.
Sounds like someone has the flu or the cold. Are the symptoms the same?
The symptoms are fever, coughing, sneezing, headaches, just like the flu. In some severe cases, you also have breathing difficulties and chest pains. Some persons also get pneumonia and kidney failure, and as you have heard the news, some people have died.
Wow. So how do I protect myself?
We have always been told to wash our hands with running water and soap. In the event there is no running water and soap, you use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer of at least 70% alcohol. Try your best to avoid touching your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. And in the event you need to sneeze and cough into a tissue, you throw the tissue into a bin. If you do not have tissue and you need to sneeze or cough, you do it into your elbow.
Yes, I heard that. So what medications can we take?
Well, as the virus is new, there is no medication or vaccine that you could really take to prevent it. What we really have to do is to practice infection control measures to protect ourselves.
Hey, people. I need to get a sweat. Let's get moving.
Let's do it, guys.
So, wait, How do I get more information?
Good, I have that number on lockpal. For further information, contact the Bureau of Health Education at 468-5349, 468-5347, or 468-5342.
Let's defy limits! Woo! Come on!
Thank you so much for staying with us. We're back here at the studios of the NTN and GIS. We're in our final moments as we wrap up today's live coverage on the national response to COVID-19. Earlier today, we had a press conference, or perhaps an update coming from, because we did it quite virtually these days with social distancing and all. But we did have Prime Minister Honorable Alan Chastney here with a wide cross-section of the private sector stakeholders. He made some particular announcements. I'll get to that in a moment. But first, the Department of Health and Wellness informs that family members of returning nationals to St. Lucia from Dominica, Martinique, and Guadeloupe via L'Express des Îles, which is happening on Friday, that is today, March 20th, 2020, and Sunday, March 22nd, 2020, to refrain from visiting the ferry terminal to pick up loved ones, as they will be placed in quarantine as per protocol. So once again, if you have family members coming in from Dominica, Martinique, and Guadeloupe via Express des Îles, then that's happening today, Friday, this evening, Friday, and on Sunday, you are being asked not to go pick up your loved ones from the ferry terminal, as they are going to be placed in quarantine upon their arrival as per protocol. And we did hear earlier today from the Minister for Tourism, Honorable Dominic Fady, that the quarantine areas will be Starfish Resorts and Rendezvous Resort. So these two hotels have agreed to have the government use their properties to quarantine as well as for isolation purposes. Now, let's get to the salient points of today. The Prime Minister, as he gave a statement there on the way forward regarding measures addressing COVID-19. The government of St. Lucia announced the implementation of heightened protocol and social distancing regime, with measures which are coming into effect from Monday, 23rd March, until Sunday, April 5th, 2020. Once again, those measures are coming into effect on Monday, March 23rd, until Sunday, April 5th. And so what are the measures? Prime Minister Honorable Chastney informed that there is a partial scale down of all non-essential economic and social activities for this 2-week period, commencing, as I said, on Monday. Essential services which will continue include emergency services, that will be your fire, police, as well as private security services. Border control. St. Lucia will strengthen, tighten, and escalate port health protocols as part of its heightened protocols. Utilities, that is Wasco, Lucia, and telecoms. Sanitation collection and disposal. Supermarkets, mini-marts, shops, bakeries, and pharmacies. All of that will be continuing. The petrol or gas stations, air and seaport operations to facilitate cargo handling and U.S. flights, if they are still flying, to allow for the return of nationals to St. Lucia, as you just heard in our conversation there with the Ambassador for Diaspora Affairs. St. Lucians who are in the U.S. and other parts of the world really do want to come home. But as you know, the flights from the UK, that has stopped, Canada as well, Europe as well. And so we do have this for sort of one channel with the US. And we were advised that it is sort of on a sort of precautionary measure there. Limited public transportation services, the limited banking services. So the public transportation and banking services, that will continue, considered to be essential, but on a limited scale. Trucking services related to the movement and the delivery of essential supplies, and that's for the food chain. restaurants and fast food services, only those who do takeaway or takeout delivery or drive-through capabilities will be allowed to open. So the restaurants and fast food services, only if they can do takeout or delivery, or if they have the drive-through capabilities, will be operating. So news and broadcast services, that is considered to be essential, and so they will continue to operate. Manufacturing activities related to the production of food, water, and products of personal hygiene will continue, as well as for the providers of cleaning services. Now, important to note, those operations and businesses that can continue delivery of services under a working from home environment are encouraged to do so. Businesses which cannot operate with this work from home will shut down for the stipulated time period. So if you're working at a business place and you can do your duties from home, then this is being highly encouraged by the government of St. Lucia. And so that's a sort of wrap up of what we have there, as the Prime Minister announced earlier today. Just also go on to say that, of course, we heard from the St. Lucia Bankers Association as well. And there, the banking hours will be from 8 to 12, so 8 a.m. to 12 noon daily. And 8 to 9 a.m., that is reserved for our senior citizens, people at risk, those who may have underlying conditions, for pregnant women, and for the disabled. 9 to 12 will be for the general public service. There will be a dedicated line for frontline workers. So what the association is saying, that they do not want our firemen, policemen, nurses, doctors to be stuck at the bank. So there will be a dedicated line at all of the commercial banks in order to facilitate frontline workers. ATMs will continue to be stocked, and there was particular note there that they will be issued with new money notes, and that is to ensure that some person believes the transfer there of COVID on old notes, but they're going to stock it up with new notes there. The night deposits will continue, according to the president of the association, and of course they will be having direct conversations with those who are accessing that service. Online services are being encouraged, and the banks are encouraging customers to sign up for those online services. However, there will be no new loan lending, and nor would there be the opening of new bank accounts at this time. There will be a shift that will be implemented for workers as well, and the association has also indicated that they'll be working with employers, so perhaps to provide cash to them instead of the businesses issuing checks, to just have workers constantly going in and out of the banks. So if they, again, in direct conversation with their respective banks, so that order has been given that the banks now can simply get the cash, hand it out to them, to prevent the workers from having to be crowded at the bank. And the most important one, the association has agreed that they will be providing a moratorium on loans spanning between 3 to 6 months, and there's an indication that this can be reviewed depending on what the situation is after that time frame. However, it is important that you call in to your bank and see what the policy of your bank is, because as indicated earlier today, while this is the rule of thumb and this is the general agreement, there will be a variation in how this is going to be applied. And so you need to contact your respective bank to ensure that you have the correct information, so that you do not end up being recorded as one being in default. That's it from me on this roundup. Let me hand over to Prime Minister Hutchinson, as he will now do so in Creole.
Merci, Lisa. Comme Lisa expliqué en anglais, nous allons essayer de ficher ça en créole aussi. Quand le Premier ministre là était ici à Plibonnéa, dans la conférence, car indiqué dans le public là concernant la situation, cette ici qu'on a préparé pour faire bagay venir plus contrôle en mandé c'est pays calé pour c'est moi c'est moi pour venir pour adresser les affaires COVID-19 ça là et à ce parole premier ministre là gouvernement cette aussi j'ai annoncé excusez-moi implémentation WEG et une façon pour chaîne public là à dans distance moun à dans distance yon à l'autre et que ça va venir en commencer à opération lundi le 23 mars et Kaibut dimanche le 5 avril l'année ici. C'est diverses WEG là qui est en place qui Premier ministre honorable Alain Chaste mentionné c'est le cas mettre en rangement il pas qu'à fermer toute opération nettement mais la qu'il y a une façon pour limiter tout service qui pas véritablement important service économique les autres activités qui sont sociales si il pas véritablement important la qu'il y a on limiter pour l'autre 2 semaines commencer lundi le 23 mars pour dimanche le 5 avril et quand nous regardons ces services là qui est plus important qui est resté en opération service pour un secours comme les pompiers police sécurité service sécurité c'est affaire ça là important ou besoin de police particulièrement les pays qui pas au point comme l'habitude comme les habitudes alors nous avons besoin de police nous avons besoin d'ambulance nous avons besoin de police et sécurité service sécurité border controls ça c'est pour mettre contrôle à sous défense bonne à la sur la menu c'est aussi qu'il renforcer ça et qu'il fait assurer que bateau pas tuer exorti comme tu as fait comme l'habitude avec la caïni police baoué en place pour voir qui c'est affaire ça la passer comme doit être ça fait service utilité ça c'est Wasco Lucia les autres comme ça les autres télécommunications ça qui est resté en opération puisqu'il est nécessaire pour déposer ordi pour déposer ordi amasser déposer ordi ça pas de route ça qui est nécessaire aussi ça c'est service là qui est nécessaire supermarket boutique l'autre comme ça pharmacie place côté qui a produit paix qui a vendu paix bakery comme ça l'autre boutique c'est affaire ça la qui est resté en opération puisque tout ça on savent quoi comprendre c'est service qui est nécessaire pétrole ça fait gaz pour l'auto affaire comme ça qui est resté en opération puisque l'auto qui voyager il a besoin pétrole pour faire ça opération en ces ports ni pour aéroport et pour port au bord de la mer pour faciliter diverses marchandises qui gratuits et aussi avion qui a voyagé sorti l'Amérique qui a voyagé toujours pour faire possible pour ces gens place là retourner à place ça qui reste toujours ça dépend sur quelle quantité qui n'est besoin voyager sorti cette ici pour aller en pays transportation publique ça qui est limité mais qui continue d'une façon il faut contrôler ça mais ces services là nécessaires alors il faut faire d'une façon qui est limitée banque aussi service banque ça est aussi en opération mais il faut fait d'une façon qui est limitée c'est banque là qui est un service mais pas qu'on a fait avant avec nous avons dit à la société plus tard service c'est go truck là pour délivrer marchandises et délivrer l'autre bagage qui est nécessaire ça c'est un service qui est nécessaire qui continue les restaurants et service manger il faut continuer mais seulement c'est ça qui est capable pour délivrer ces manger ça là par l'autre façon afin de ça servir l'auto pour délivrer ces manger ça là divers côtés moun kay brisé c'est restaurant ça yo kay quitter pour sous pas ça fait comme ça au kay pour fermer business pour tout ça là pour média télévision radio naturellement ces stations pour continuer à opérer. Les manufacturiers qui produisent producteurs de manger, de l'eau et l'autre produit comme ça, service santé personnel qui a produit service santé personnel, c'est parce que c'est business ça qui continue à opérer. Business qui a fait nettoyage à divers côtés, PC l'hôpital, PC l'autre côté qui brise nettoyer, c'est business ça qui est resté en opération. Alors, il m'a dit, ça Premier ministre l'a dit, ça c'était un annoncement Premier ministre l'a fait en adresse aujourd'hui. Les autres, il y a quand même pour d'autres qui c'est opération ça là, c'est business ça là qui continue pour délivrer service là. Ok, ça y a de la opération et business qui plus merci ou ça fait ce travail ça là caillou. Alors là business, yo ka mande si est capable pour faire travail caille dans l'environnement caillou même. Alors business pour faire office en bio ou ça fait caillou après ça et est plus important pour ça travail façon ça là. Si business ça là est pas possible pour ça faire un caillou ou caille ni pour faire business pour dire ça là. Ça c'est business là côté où ça fait travail là caille même quand ça fait en place business. Alors c'est service là qui est resté en opération en cette lycée doit commencer le 23 pour juste le 5 avril. Bon nous avons l'autre petit rapport là département santé voulait informer les membres la famille qui a retourné en cette lycée sorti Dominique Martinique et Guadeloupe qui l'express des îles aujourd'hui vendredi qui pour juste dimanche les 22 ça c'est yo qui venir à cette lycée yo ka mandé la famille c'est moun ça là qui ka venir pour pas venir amasser ces moun ça là à support là yo entrer parce que ces moun ça là quand yo arrivé cette lycée yo ka mettre en quarantaine yo ka mettre en section côté durant ça là c'est pour 14 jours. So, alors il y a demandé la famille pour pas venir les express des îles venir pour pas venir comme l'habitude pour ramasser la famille parce qu'ils sont ramassés ils sont en quarantaine. Quand ils sont sortis Dominique Martinique Guadeloupe etc. ça là. Alors c'est situation ça là rythme à ça fait bac là bac quand il reste opération comme tu dis mais il va opérer comme l'habitude il a ouvert 8h pour midi mais pour 8h pour 9h il a bail service pour les grands citoyens seulement et que 9h pour midi il a bail service pour les autres monde public là mais il pas ça amasser tout le monde seul ko c'était bac là kay ani bail service pour 10 monde et c'est plus gros bac là kay bail service pour 20 moun et c'est comme ça kay yo ka dit pour à présent yo pas kay faire service loan qu'on te fait pour prêt loan ça pas kay ça fait yo ka encourager les business pour qui te casser check by moun by travail yo pour servir cash plutôt à dire vous servir check tout ça c'est pour protéger moun pour ça fait maladie ça là et que yo kay ba un petit soulagement à ce monde qui doit monde qui service qui ni business service côté yo ni mortgage mais ba comme ça l'année c'était bac qui kay ba 3 mois soulagement l'année ça kay ba 6 mois ça dépend sur bac là alors nous kay ni l'année en discussion avec qui moi été fait avec madame président bac association bac c'est ici présentation ça là quand je viens entièrement information sur ça fait bac là et démestivement madame Salaka ici et puis nous ça c'est madame Carol Mangal merci autant Lucia qui est ici et puis nous démestivement côté qui parler plus à ça so ça c'est côté nous va de information ça là donc vieux vous êtes Lucia.
Thank you very much, then, Prime Minister. Yes, and as Primus indicated, tomorrow we are on live, and we will be having Ms. Carol Mangal, who's the president of the Bankers Association. She will be here. So make sure that you tune in, and of course that you can participate by sending us your questions via Facebook, and we'll be posing those questions to her, and she'll be able to elaborate on these, the policy that is now, the protocols rather, that have been implemented now by the banking community. That's happening tomorrow, and we're beginning our broadcast from 9 a.m. Am I correct, producer? 9 a.m. tomorrow. Yes, that's right. So Saturday, 9 a.m. we will be here, and of course that conversation will be happening throughout the day, and we'll be having the Bankers Association president stopping by during the course of the day. That's where we end our programming. Or just before we leave, I see a question coming in here, and somebody wants to know, what about hairdresser and salons? It does not form part of the essential services, so unfortunately that means for this beginning Monday, for that 2-week period, hairdressing salons will not be in operation for that 2-week period. They're the 23rd of March to April.
Yeah, just bring to your attention there,
yes.
Lisa, there's just below there, any queries or concerns with reference to services and listed, and services not listed should be directed to the National Emergency Management Organization. They give the telephone contacts and so on. So
oh yes, the telephone number there for NEMO is 452-3802. That's 452-3802. If you need a further clarification, and for, as you say, for more information, you can also email. That's admin@nemo.gov.lc. Again, it's admin@nemo.gov, that's gov.lc, for more information. So in addition to the president of the Bankers Association, we also have a representative of the Taxi Association. Joseph Lucia will be here. And again, we also will be having the Minibus Association, which will be represented here tomorrow, Saturday. So join us, as I indicated, from 9 a.m. for our live coverage on St. Lucia's response to COVID-19. On behalf of Primus Hutchinson, I'm Melissa Joseph. See you back here Saturday morning.
It's power bike time!
Oi, you need to cover your mouth. Don't you know about